If you love first-person shooters and have PlayStation Plus Extra, you're in for a treat. From fast-paced multiplayer battles to gripping single-player campaigns, there's a solid lineup of FPS games waiting for you. But which ones are worth your time? Stick around as we count down the best first-person shooters available right now on PlayStation Plus Extra. Rage 2 is a fast and exciting shooter with high-speed combat, powerful weapons, and fun abilities like Shatter and Overdrive. The action feels great with aggressive enemies and upgrades that make fights even more intense. The game has a neon-soaked post-apocalyptic world with impressive environments. You play as a hero on a revenge mission against a cyber-enhanced general, taking on car races, arena battles. The gameplay is fun, but the open world feels empty and missions become repetitive. The story isn't very engaging and the characters are forgettable. The upgrade menus can also be a bit confusing. Even with these flaws, Rage 2 is a great choice if you love fast-paced combat and chaotic gunfights. It may not be deep, but it delivers plenty of action. Get Even isn't your typical first-person shooter. Instead of fast-paced action, it focuses on mystery and psychological storytelling. You play as Cole Black, a former soldier trapped in a strange asylum, using a VR headset to relive memories and uncover the truth about a kidnapped girl. But nothing is as it seems, and a mysterious scientist named Red guides you along the way. While there is shooting, including a unique corner gun that fires around walls, combat feels slow, and some puzzles can be tricky. Later, playing as Red adds a fresh perspective. What truly stands out is the deep story, strong voice acting, and emotional soundtrack. The shocking ending lingers long after. If you love mystery with a touch of action, Get Even is worth playing. Killing Floor 2 is a fast, action-packed shooter that's even better with friends. You'll face waves of terrifying mutant enemies, all set to heavy metal music that keeps the intensity high. There are 10 different classes called perks, each with unique weapons and abilities. Unlocking their full potential takes time, but the gunplay is incredibly satisfying, whether you're blasting enemies with a shotgun or burning them with a flamethrower. The gameplay loop is simple but exciting. Kill enemies, earn money, upgrade weapons, and survive. However, there are only 2 main game modes and a few boss fights, so it might not stay fresh forever. There's also a mode where players control both humans and monsters, but it's not well balanced. If you love replayable co-op shooters, Killing Floor 2 is a fantastic pick. Serious Sam Collection is a bundle of 3 action-packed shooters: Serious Sam HD The First Encounter, Serious Sam HD The Second Encounter, and Serious Sam 3 BFE. If you enjoy fast shooting and endless waves of enemies, this one might be for you. The first 2 games are fun, but feel old. The levels are big, but the graphics look dated, and fighting the same enemies over and over can get tiring. Serious Sam 3 improves things with better graphics and smoother gameplay, but it has its own problems. The game can slow down at times, and while it does have multiplayer, not many people are playing online. If you loved Serious Sam in the past, this collection is a good way to relive the chaos, but for new players, it might feel too old and rough compared to other modern shooters. Journey to the Savage Planet is a unique first-person adventure that focuses more on exploration than combat. You play as an astronaut sent to a strange, colorful alien world to see if humans can live there. At first, the game feels fresh and exciting. You'll discover bizarre creatures, solve puzzles, and unlock new abilities to reach different areas. However, as you progress, the game starts to feel more like a standard shooter with repetitive combat and upgrades that don't add much variety. Still, co-op mode makes everything more enjoyable. The game's jokes, weird creatures, and hilarious fake ads keep things entertaining. It may not be the best shooter out there, but it's a fun and creative experience worth trying. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition is a fast-paced, over-the-top shooter packed with non-stop action. This version features improved graphics, enhanced lighting, and smooth 60 FPS gameplay. Best of all, the wild, adrenaline-fueled combat remains as thrilling as ever. What sets Bulletstorm apart is its skill shot system, which rewards creativity in combat. Kick enemies into spikes, blast them into the air, or electrocute them with traps. The crazier your kills, the more points you earn. Every battle feels chaotic and fun. This edition includes all previous DLC and even lets you play as Duke Nukem, though that was originally a pre-order bonus. While new content is limited, if you've never played Bulletstorm, this is the ultimate way to experience it. Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition is a fun game where you rob banks and do big heists with friends. You can choose small jobs or big missions, like stealing from a high-security bank. The Crime Wave Edition gives you more weapons, better skills, and lots of missions. You can sneak in quietly or go in with guns, but working as a team is important. Playing alone can be annoying because the computer teammates aren't very helpful. The graphics look a bit old and the game runs at 30 FPS, so it's not as smooth as newer games. Even with these problems, this is the best version of Payday 2 on consoles. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a fun co-op game where you and 3 friends fight huge waves of enemies. It's like Left 4 Dead, but instead of guns, you use swords, axes, and magic. You battle rat-like Skaven and Chaos Warriors in dark fantasy levels. There are 5 characters and each has 3 different play styles. You can be a strong warrior, a fast assassin, or a powerful mage. The combat feels great, making every hit feel powerful. The loot system isn't the best because rewards are random, but the gameplay is so fun that it doesn't really matter. You don't have to grind, just jump in, team up, and enjoy the action. Far Cry 5 is a fast-paced shooter set in Hope County, Montana, where you play as a deputy trying to stop a dangerous cult. The game has big gunfights, explosions, and wild animals that can attack at any time. You can play however you want, sneak around with a bow, or use powerful guns so you can team up with a friend, but only the host keeps mission progress. The game has Far Cry Arcade where you can play or create custom maps, but the early content wasn't very exciting. While it doesn't change much from older Far Cry games, it's still a fun open world shooter with lots of chaos and surprises. Crysis Remastered is a classic shooter with amazing graphics, now upgraded for modern consoles. You play as a soldier wearing a nanosuit that gives you special powers. You can turn invisible to sneak past enemies, become super strong, or run super fast. You can play your way, sneaky, or full action. The story starts as a rescue mission, but soon turns into a battle against aliens. You'll fight in jungles, frozen lands, and even zero gravity. The enemies are smart, so you need to change tactics to survive. You also get customizable weapons, so you can switch attachments anytime to match your style. If you've never played Crysis, now is a great time to try this legendary game. Back 4 Blood is a fun co-op zombie shooter made by the creators of Left 4 Dead. It has fast action, teamwork, and a cool card system that lets you upgrade your skills in different ways. The best part is playing with friends. You fight huge waves of zombies, complete different missions, and use tons of weapons. The shooting feels great and there's even some humor to keep things fun, but don't expect it to be easy. Some levels are really tough, especially on harder modes. If you're not ready, you'll struggle. Also, with so many zombies on the screen, it can be hard to see what's happening. There's a 4v4 swarm mode where players fight each other, but the balance isn't great, so it's not as fun as the main campaign. Wolfenstein: The New Order is a fantastic shooter with an engaging story. Set in an alternate history where the Nazis won World War II, you play as BJ Blazkowicz, a soldier fighting to take them down. The story is a major highlight. BJ isn't just a tough hero, he's a complex character with emotions and struggles. The villains are terrifying and well written, making the world feel intense and immersive. Gameplay blends action and stealth with satisfying shooting and a skill system that upgrades abilities based on your play style. Some mechanics, like manual item pickup, feel outdated, but the experience remains fun. With its gripping story, intense combat, and replay value, this is a must-play FPS. If you haven't tried it, now's the time. Prey is a standout game with a gripping story and a spooky immersive atmosphere. Its large map, though sometimes feeling small, is packed with activities for completionists. Managing your inventory adds to the challenge, making every decision count. The game looks and sounds fantastic, with impressive world building and fun combat, especially when using special abilities. The story and levels are well crafted, but require your attention to fully enjoy. With plenty of powers and weapons to choose from, Prey offers multiple ways to play. Exploring its detailed world is rewarding, enhanced by great graphics and music. If you enjoy immersive gameplay with depth, Prey is a must-try. Doom 2016 is a non-stop action shooter where speed and aggression keep you alive. You'll battle demons with powerful weapons, like the super shotgun, while using the glory kill system to finish enemies and gain health. Boss fights require quick reflexes and smart dodging, while secret areas reward you with upgrades. The game's level design is great with vertical layouts and hidden paths. However, some fights feel repetitive since you must clear rooms of demons to move forward. The enemy AI isn't very smart and the multiplayer mode is underwhelming. Despite this, the fast combat, satisfying weapons, and brutal action make Doom 2016 an exciting shooter that brings the series back to life. Shadow Warrior 2 is a first-person shooter where you can slice enemies with swords or blast them with guns, and both feel amazing to use. Combat is smooth, fast, and full of action. This game has bigger, more open levels than the first one, so you can move around freely. It also has a loot system like Borderlands or Diablo, letting you find upgrades to make weapons stronger. And then there's Lo Wang, the main character. He's always cracking jokes, adding humor to the crazy action. Some boss fights can feel repetitive because of their shields, but overall the game is a blast to play. Whether alone or with friends, Shadow Warrior 2 is full of exciting, over-the-top action. If you love action, big open worlds, and a strong villain, Far Cry 6 is worth checking out. You play as Danny Rojas, a rebel fighting against the ruthless dictator Anton Castillo, played by Giancarlo Esposito. The game is packed with intense gunfights, stealth missions, and massive explosions. New resolver weapons add homemade firepower, and you can customize your gear to suit different playstyles. Enemies are smarter, making combat more exciting, plus you can team up with a friend in co-op mode. The island of Yara is stunning, with jungles, cities, and beaches that make exploration feel immersive. The story is engaging but sticks to familiar Far Cry themes like betrayals and big twists. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a shooter that's all about strategy and teamwork. Unlike most FPS games, Siege isn't about running and shooting like crazy. Instead, you need to plan, communicate, and use the environment to your advantage. You can break through walls, floors, and ceilings to surprise your enemies. Plus, with different operators having special gadgets and abilities, every match feels fresh and exciting. But Siege isn't perfect. At launch, it didn't have much content, and even now, game modes can feel repetitive. Unlocking new operators takes time unless you spend money. And if you want a story mode, you won't find one just training missions. Still, if you love tactical shooters where smart plays and teamwork win the game, Rainbow Six Siege is a must-try. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus is an action-packed shooter with an amazing story. The game takes place in an alternate America controlled by Nazis, and you play as BJ Blazkowicz, a soldier fighting to free the country. The combat is fast and exciting. You can use 2 weapons at once, sneak up on enemies, or go in guns blazing. But the story is what makes this game special. It's full of powerful moments, dark humor, and unforgettable characters, especially the terrifying villain, General Engel. The world feels real, from Nazi-controlled towns to the hidden rebel base. Deathloop is a first-person shooter with a time loop twist. You play as Colt, trapped on an island where the same day repeats. To break the loop, you must take out 8 targets before the day resets. The island changes throughout the day, so your actions in one time period can affect another. This makes planning just as important as shooting. You can sneak around or go in guns blazing. Unlike other roguelikes, Deathloop lets you keep weapons and abilities through the infusion system, so you don't lose everything when the loop resets. The story can be confusing, but solving the mystery and perfecting each run makes this a must-play shooter. Doom Eternal is one of the best action-packed shooters, building on Doom 2016 with faster movement, deeper strategy, and intense combat. The game rewards skill, requiring quick reflexes, precise aim, and smart weapon choices. Enemies have weak points, and resource management is crucial. Use the chainsaw for ammo, flamethrower for armor, and glory kills for health. The super shotgun's meat hook lets you grapple toward enemies for brutal attacks. Beyond combat, there are platforming sections, hidden secrets, and upgrades. The story is detailed but mostly found in text logs. The Fortress of Doom serves as a base but doesn't add much. If you love fast, skill-based FPS games, this one is worth checking out. And that's our list of the best first-person shooters on PlayStation Plus. Which game is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next gaming countdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.